Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Shabby A. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So today's video is a little bit different than the videos that I typically upload, and that's because today's videos, as you can tell by the title, is a get to know me video. And I've just been feeling like I need to put a get to know me video out because when I started posting on YouTube, the only things I would post were like vlogs, and some of them are kind of lengthy, which is fine, right? Because that's what long form content is. But I also feel like a lot of people, majority, you know, of the people who watch my videos don't know who I am, which is of course expected because I'm new to the platform as far as like posting videos. So I was just thinking to myself one day, I was like, you know what? Let's pause on the vlogs and let's do a get to know me video so you guys can kind of, you know, get to know like who I am and my personality and things like that. Yeah, so you can feel a bit more, it could be a bit more personable. I was just dropping vlogs and you're like, who is this girl? Why should we watch you if we don't even know you? But yeah, so I just figured, let me do that. Let me post to get to know me. And then after that, I can get back to regular schedule programs, get back to vlogs. I can start, you know, and also incorporate other kind of forms of not forms, but like different kind of content. So I actually made a TikTok post asking people what they would like to know from an up-and-coming YouTuber, like a micro YouTuber, just to see and gauge, like, you know, get people's perspective on the things they'd want to know from someone. So like I mentioned before, my name is Shabby A. I am 35 years old. My birthday is April 18th, so I just recently had a birthday. And yes, if you do the math correctly, I'm an Aries, okay? And for some reason, a lot of y'all don't like Aries, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's the problem? What's the beef? What y'all got, like, what's the matter? Y'all don't like us? It's a thing. I'm just like, a lot of people don't like Aries. Anyways, that's for like another day. I was born in Jamaica, and I came to the United States when I was 8 years old. So my relationship status is married. I actually married my high school sweetheart, Ishmael. We've been married for 10 years this July, which is crazy to me. I just feel like we just said I do yesterday. Like, how is it a decade already, you know? But he's such an amazing person. Like, he's literally my soulmate, like my best friend. He understands me more than anyone else, and I'm just so lucky to have a husband like him, honestly. You know, like, he means so much to me. He's so supportive. He's like, he doesn't judge me. He's like, I could talk to him about anything. He's so understanding, down to earth, just an amazing person. He's definitely like, I know this is about me, it's supposed to be about me, but you know, like, my husband is a great person. He's a great dad to our children. I'm not gonna get all sappy and, you know, too much into it, but that's my husband, and I just love him so much. All right, so one of the questions were, well, I combined the TikTok questions with like the other questions. So one question is, what is your personality type? And I would say, like, I consider myself to be an introvert with like a splash of extroversion. I feel like I become an extrovert when like I'm familiar with you and I'm kind of, you know, like I've been around you good enough or long enough for me to feel like, okay, you know, this person seems like a cool person. I feel like I can just display my not entire, but like I can show more of my personality versus just sit back and being like the observant type, because that's really how I am, honestly. Like, I like to sit back and just scope the scenery and observe and see what's going on. I don't like jump into like just display my personality to people, which I guess sometimes it comes off a bit standoffish. I could say, I can admit that, you know, maybe some people don't know how to perceive me, which is fine. Because I'm not mean in the, you know, like in the act of like being observant. I'm not like nasty about it. I'm not mean. I just am a little bit more quiet and things like that. So that's just how I am. I consider myself an introvert. And then when I get to know, it's like, okay, oh, you're funny, because I'm hilarious. You can ask my husband. I cracked him up. Next question is like, what are some things you like to do for fun, and what are your hobbies or whatever? So some things that I like to do for fun, I like to go, for one, I like to spend time with my family. and like hang out and things, like go out and do things. I like to spend time with friends. I like to go out and to eat. I like to go bowling, karaoke. I haven't been to many concerts in my life, but those are like, you know, like fun things that I have done in the past. I need to like pick my concert game up, because honestly, what the hell is going on? So many concerts has happened since the last concert that I've been to, and or tour or whatever the case may be. I love going to the gym. The gym is my, like, I love the gym. I love working out. Fitness is like a thing for me, and it has been this way for like a long time, and it's been like on and off with like different work schedules, family schedule, work-life balance, just whatever the case may be. I'm the type of person, like, I don't need to be prepped to go to the gym. Literally, I could wake up tomorrow without having the thought of going to the gym on my mind tonight. I can wake up tomorrow and be like, I want to go to the gym today, and I'll just get up, get ready, and go. You know what I mean? Like, I love going to the gym. I love working on my body. I love, like, I have this vision of how I want to look and things like that in my mind, so, and how I want to feel when I put on my clothes. And so going to the gym, obviously, outside of that too, just because like for health reasons and things like that, it's good to just be active and work out. But I struggle with eating, though, I'm not gonna lie. I struggle with the things that I'm supposed to eat, because I'll do all the working out. I'll like work on this, work on that, and then the minute it comes to eating more healthier, that's where I'm just like, damn, I want some cookies, you know? And it's just like, and it's not to say you can't even have it, because that's unrealistic. But I just feel like you just, I don't know, the food that I eat, I'm doing better. Let's just say that. I'm doing better. I'm making better decisions with the food that I eat, just so that it can align with working out. Because, I mean, obviously, if you're doing all this working out in the gym, then you turn around and eat unhealthy food all the time, which I don't do it all the time. But if you're putting in all that work in the gym, then you definitely want to like obtain that by, you know, changing your eating habits and things like that. Let's see. So someone asked, do I shop on trend or buy my own, like buy my own style? Do I shop by my own style or on trend? And I feel like it's kind of a little bit of both. Depending on what the trend is, I'll definitely get some, you know, things that maybe are trending. But then also, I feel like I don't get trendy things when they are trending, if that makes sense. So it may take some time for me to get into it, and I guess that's the whole point of it being trendy, because it's happening now. So get it now, because that's what's trending. But I guess, like I said, it depends on what it is. Some things I'll get right now if it is trending, if I feel like, oh, this is cool or whatever. Other things, not so much. And then also, I may not get it. I also shop by my own style, which, you know, I feel like it's kind of best anyway. I kind of incorporate some trendy pieces with my own style, and if it doesn't work, then I obviously won't get it. But for the most part, like back then, I used to just, back then I shopped differently than I do now, of course, because growth, elevation, right? But I shopped differently back then than I do now. Back then it would be so many prints, so many textures, so many colors, different shapes, and just, you know, just of multiple things at one time. And sometimes it would make me feel like I had nothing to wear, because why? I have all these pieces in my closet and I can't match them with anything. Like, they don't go with anything at all. They're just there for the moment. They were there because they were trendy, or they were there because, you know, I liked it, but I didn't think to myself like, oh, how many times can I wear this? Instead of it just being the one time. How many times, like how many wears can I get out of the clothes that I'm buying? So back then it was much different, but now I feel like I'm a little bit more conscious with how I'm buying and shopping for clothes. You know, like I think about the color pattern. Can I, you know, pair this with other things? Is this gonna last, the longevity? Just instead of getting like quick, cheap things, not to say that I still don't, right? But what I'm saying is, like, instead of only having things that are like all over the place, in a sense, like all over the place in terms of the structure, I maybe get some more neutral things, or things that are a little bit more like basic things. And I also need to like revamp my closet, because as I'm talking about this, I'm remembering like, oh, you know what, like spring is here and summer's around the corner. It's time to add like some pieces. The other day I cleaned up my closet and I just got rid of some things that I don't even gravitate towards anymore, like shoes, clothes. The purses are probably gonna take a while for me to be like, okay, I'm not gonna wear this purse anymore. But like the clothes, I can look and be like, you know what, that gotta go. So that's how I shop. I kind of shop with what fits my style, but also if it's trendy and I like it and I can incorporate it multiple ways into the pieces that I already have, or even just buy new pieces to work with it, then I'll just do that, you know? Like I don't see anything wrong with it, with buying trendy things or anything like that. So what are some good closet staples? For me, I would say some good closet staples are like blazers. And it's funny because I just recently bought a few more blazers at Marshall's. I bought, or my staples I would consider like blazers, and this I guess is just like all season, because I know we're in spring and summer's coming up, so blazers wouldn't necessarily be like a staple for summer, but just in general. So blazers, definitely a good pair of like mom jeans or straight leg jeans. Those are like the kind of jeans that I gravitate to. I used to just have distressed jeans, that's it, you know, like all I would have in my closet. And this piggyback off what I just mentioned with like pieces that don't, like you can't wear multiple times, or you know, it doesn't go with everything. All the jeans in my closet were distressed jeans, and it always, even though I had like 10 pairs of distressed jeans, it would make me go like, I have nothing to wear. Because what about the days where, you know, I don't feel like having my legs out, or I don't want to see rips in my jeans and it doesn't go with this top, or whatever the case may be. So it gave a vibe like I don't have anything to wear because they all look the same. Like it's hard to pair it with that. So I love a good pair of mom jeans, blazer, and I would say like I have some plain tops in there also, and like graphic tees. I don't wear them often. They kind of became like gym clothes for me at this point. Like the graphic tees and things like that, I don't gravitate towards those. What? I don't gravitate towards those often anymore. It's more so like workout clothes, and even that I'm kind of also revamping, like how I present myself in the gym and just everyday life. Like I'm trying to just, you know, elevate my style in a bit more of not just classy, but a bit more like grown up. Like I'm not that I dress childish or anything, because I always get compliments on, you know, when I put my outfits together, but there's just a different level of how I want to be presented, like when I put my clothes on and get dressed. Okay, so the next question is, if time, age, and finances wasn't a factor, what would bring me the most fulfillment? If time, age, and finances wasn't a factor, what would bring me the most fulfillment? I think I'm gonna say traveling. I feel like I don't travel often, and I feel like if none of those matter, that would be what I would want to do, like with my family, my husband and our 2 children. Just like travel the world, see different places, see different, like experience different cultures, people, see how people live their lives, their day-to-day life. Like just like God created a beautiful world, and it's just like it's out there, you know what I mean? Like that's just a dream of mine. Like I would just love to travel, and you know, whenever, however, for however long, like that would be like a, you know, thing to do if none of those things were a factor. And I guess the follow-up with that is like a dream place of mine to travel. I have 2 dream places. One is Bali and one is Fiji. OMG, like Bali is up there for me, like number 1. I guess I would say Bali is number 1. I am so in love with Bali. I feel like everything about it is just so beautiful, you know, like it's just somewhere that I would love to experience in this lifetime. Just go there and just, oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful place. So the next question is, if you could change one bad habit about you, what would it be? The bad habit of mine that I would change, honestly, is procrastinating. Oh, actually, you know what? I probably have 2. I'm gonna name both because I feel like they're both tied at number 1. Okay, so the first one is procrastination. I Oh my gosh. I procrastinate too much, and I'm just like, what is that from? Like, why do I do this to myself? Why do I do that? Anyways, that's a bad habit that I would love to change. Like, procrastinating is I don't want to die on the hill. I'm trying to free me from the shackles of procrastination. Like, I'm trying to be a better person. And you know what? Sometimes like I'll actively work on changing, but then I just fall right back into it. I'm just like, stop it, just get up. Like, I mentally tell myself, get up and do this, or don't do that, or, you know, like, do things now in real time. Don't wait, you know, like, if I don't have to. Oh my God. Like, for instance, like, let's say I had a long day, right? And it's time for me to go take a shower and get myself together. The fact that I had a long day, I feel like I just convinced myself, like, it's time for me to relax, maybe like for 15 minutes. Maybe you could just sit down for 15-20 minutes and then go take a shower. You don't have to rush to go take a shower right this second. You had a long day, versus just going to take a shower and get it out the way. So like, Ishmael's the complete opposite of me. He'll be tired and he can go like take a shower and be good. Me on the opposite hand, man, listen, I need to relax for a few minutes. Let me sit down and chill for a second, right? I'm tired. I need to relax. And then it's like, I relax and I start scrolling. Then I've been scrolling for 20 minutes. I start scrolling again, then it turns to 40 minutes. Or I'm watching TV and I finished an episode. Then I do it again and I finish another episode. It's like, do you know you could have been showered and probably just been relaxing while doing these things? So I think procrastination is like definitely one of my like a terrible habit of mine. I don't think, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably like a 6, 7. Is that high? Like a 6. Let's say 6. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably at a 6, and I just feel like I want to get it down just maybe like to a 4 or a 3, or just don't procrastinate it. Well, I feel like procrastination is inevitable sometimes. So even though I'm trying to not procrastinate at all, I feel like there are times where it's going to be necessary or it's just going to happen. So I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to be better. I'm just trying to become a better person. Procrastination is one, and the second one is like, I just overthink a lot. Like, not in a bad way where, well, it used to be in a bad way, but in the sense of like, I feel like I worry about things too much. It's hard for me to just like clear my mind sometimes and just like, you know, like, don't think about the negative things, or like my mind sometimes it goes far. I just be like, oh my gosh, this is gonna happen. I don't want this to happen. And I have to tell myself like, hey, just think about the good things. Think about things that are already happening that are good. Or instead of thinking about bad things that you don't want to happen, think about the good things that you want to happen, you know? So like, I think that's definitely something of mine. Like, I'm just like always thinking of like, not always, but a lot of the times I find myself like falling into this cycle of just, I don't know, thinking about things that I don't have to worry about, you know? So yeah, so that's a bad habit, 2 bad habits that I would definitely like to work on. What was your dream job as a kid, and are you doing that now? When I was a child, I probably not like a kid, but I do remember as far back as like being in high school, maybe like late middle school, early high school, I always said that I was gonna be a lawyer or just work in like the legal field somehow. So at first it was definitely a lawyer, like a prosecutor or just a lawyer, whatever, still a lawyer. That was like my dream job. And then as I got older, I was like, wait, maybe not just a lawyer, like maybe I wouldn't be something else, like a detective, because I love to figure things out. I like to try and like put 2 and 2 together, and like, you know, I know, like, I know me, and I know I like to like ask questions to figure out why is this way and how and when and things like that. I like to like learn and get to the bottom of things at the same time, not simultaneously, but like those are things that I like to do. I like to learn, and I also like to try and figure things out. I like to know why. And so it led me to think like, maybe what I need to be is like a detective, right? And then after that I was like, okay, maybe what I need to do is be a judge, because, you know, like I like fairness, and I feel like things should be this way across the board for everyone, or whatever the case may be. But as you can see, none of those things happened. And what I do now, it has nothing to do with like the dreams that I had for myself when I was a child, which is so funny to me. But yeah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna answer like 2 or 3 more questions because I don't want to overdo it with this video, and like it don't need to be drawn out, right? So the next question is, so this one is, do you have any pets? While I would like to say yes, the answer is no. I don't have any pets. When I was younger and I was living in Jamaica before I came here, yes, I had pets. Like, you know, my cousins and I, we had pets all over the yard. There were dogs, cows, turtles, chicken. Like, we had pets growing up. But now I do not have any pets. In fact, I'm actually terrified of animals. Like, I'm scared of animals. So no. And it's funny because like even cats are, I don't trust cats. I don't think I would ever have a cat or kitten, nothing. I don't trust cats. They're too sneaky for me, and they have this gaze that they do, and it don't sit well with me because you look evil. Why are you staring in my soul like that? Like, I've seen videos of cats where they just sit there and they're just staring at you, and I just feel like they're staring in my soul, and I don't like that. I don't like how they can just be on the floor and jump all the way to the top of the freaking, I don't know, maybe the countertop or wherever. That don't sit well with me. I don't like it. I don't like when their claws get stuck in your clothes. I don't like the fact that they can scratch you. I don't like none of it. So no, I don't like cats. I'm afraid of dogs. I got bit when I was younger, like I think even back in Jamaica. Sometimes I wonder if I'm just like making it up or if I actually got bit, because I remember getting bit, and I tell people this all the time, like I got bit. But because I was so young. You know what? I've never done this. I've never asked my mom for confirmation. Like, Mom, did I ever get bit when I was younger by a dog? Because for some reason, that memory has stuck with me my entire life. I tell people I am afraid of dogs because I got bit by a dog. And also, they're kind of like unpredictable sometimes. I think that's why I don't really like pets like that, specifically dogs. They're too unpredictable. They're too unpredictable. I don't know when you're about to get up and bark. I don't know like when you're gonna be mad and you probably want to lash out on me. I can't, I don't know. It stresses me out. But it's crazy because I said all that to say this, which is even more crazier. Like, I wouldn't mind getting a puppy. I wouldn't mind getting a puppy that doesn't grow into like a big dog. So I think like a dream dog of mine would be a miniature golden doodle. Like a brown or a black one. Oh, they're so cute. Like, I feel like I would be okay with that, right? But that's as far as it's gonna go. My husband, he likes the dogs that look like wolves, and I'm just like, do you want to remain married or do you want to be a single man? We cannot live in the same house like with a dog like that. We could never live in the same house with a dog like that, ever. You want a wolf, and I can't do that. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to that. Absolutely not, sir. Y'all gotta live in the wild. If I were to ever get a dog, that's as far as I would take it. Like a miniature golden doodle. Nothing too crazy, you know, decent size. You don't grow too big, you're not too tiny. All right, so this one is, what is the first thing you notice about people? The first thing I notice about people is their teeth. Like their smile or teeth. I'm such a teeth person, and it's like, I don't know. And it's so funny because I'll look at your teeth and you wouldn't even know that I looked at it. Like, it happens that fast. And you could be talking to me and I'm like looking at you, but I could also see your teeth, and I'm kind of like, you know, looking at your teeth also. I don't want people to feel self-conscious with knowing that I'm a teeth person and I look at other people's teeth. I'm not judging. It's just a thing. You know, like people have their thing. They'll be like, oh, what do you notice? Oh, I noticed someone's eyes, or, you know, the way you walk, or your hair, and your nose, and your... I look at people's teeth because I just want to know, like, you know, that's just my thing. I don't know. I'm a teeth person. oral hygiene is like a thing for me. So I'm gonna just leave it there. I look at people's teeth and that's it, because I don't want nobody feeling weird like they can't talk to me, or you know, they feel like I'm gonna be judging them. But I don't look at your teeth every single time I'm talking to you, but it did say like, what is the first thing you notice about people? And so I guess if I'm meeting you for the first time and we're having a conversation, I'm gonna look at your teeth and then look back up. I'm gonna look down and then I'm gonna look back up, and then that's it. I noticed it and we move on. And then the last question is, oh my gosh, where did it go? Hold on. There it is. What is my best trait? I think my best trait is that I'm very like considerate. I think I'm a very considerate person. Like I tend to consider people's, well, now it all depends. It all depends on if you deserve my consideration, because depending on the situation, I don't give a damn about nothing. You're just gonna get whatever smoke, whatever fire comes behind whatever, right? But for the most part, I think I'm a very considerate person. I think I'm also a compassionate person. I think it asks for one trait, but I'm just gonna list a few. I'm very considerate. Like I consider people's feelings, you know, like how they might feel about something or how they view things. I consider how like if I were to do or say something, how it may make that other person feel. And there are times when I won't care about any of that, like I said, depending on what the situation is, because if you did me wrong or if you did wrong to someone who's very close to me, someone who I love, all of that goes out the window. Like pretend I didn't even say I'm a considerate person at that point, right? It's gone, baby. It's gone, right? So I'm a very considerate person. I also think that I have like a big heart. I'm compassionate. I give grace to people. Like I allow people, I give grace. I give a lot of grace. But then also I don't give people the benefit of the doubt. It's kind of sticky. It's kind of sticky because I kind of take people for who they are, and if this is what you show me to be, like this is the person that you are, then I don't give you the benefit of the doubt with certain things, because you've shown me, you've proven to me how you are. So it's like I don't really give you grace. If I expect you to be a certain way, I'm not going to be delusional and think that you are going to be another way. And obviously it's not to say that people can't change, because we all grow, we all elevate, we all change into, you know, different eras of ourselves and things like that. And you change, sometimes you change according to the surroundings or whatever, like influence, people influence you, people can change you. But you know, to a certain extent, I just feel like I give people grace, but also if you show me too many times like this is how you are and it's not a negative, I mean it's not like in a positive light, then I'm just gonna take that for what it is and just, you know, like act accordingly. And yeah, I'm gonna just end it there. Okay guys, so that's it. Just a little get to know me. I hope these questions or like the answers kind of gave you just a little bit more about the person that I am and things like that, you know. Got to know me on like just a deeper level, just a little bit, just a little, nothing too crazy, like a deeper level than just like surface level and me posting vlogs and things like that. So hopefully, you know, we can just continue to grow, get to know each other. Please don't be afraid to like ask questions in the comments. If you have a question you want to ask, something you want to know, nothing too crazy, nothing too personal, because I'm still a private person. But yeah, like if you have a question, if there's something you want to know, whatever the case may be, like you can ask me down below and I will definitely answer them. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.